Oh, cheesy fajitas made. Just look at that. Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, cheesy chicken fajitas in the air fryer. So easy, so quick, really healthy actually, not much oil. Let's show you how to do it. Come on. Okay, what we'll do, we'll make a quick fajita seasoning mix. So just add 1 tablespoon of corn flour. Right, we want about a teaspoon of chili flakes, chili powder, and about a teaspoon of salt. You know, fajita seasoning is a little bit salty. About a teaspoon of paprika. Right, we want about a teaspoon of sugar as well. You know, fajita seasoning is a little bit sweet. About half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and we want to put in about half a teaspoon of onion powder. About 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. Now you have to be careful with the cumin powder. You know, you can use a little bit less if you want, but Mexican dishes have cumin in. About half a teaspoon of black pepper. Then we want about half a teaspoon of dried oregano, but we give it a rub, break it up a little bit, and that's our fajita seasoning mix. All we need to do now is give it a mix through. Now there's many recipes on the internet, guys, you know, for fajita seasoning mix, and they do not include corn flour. Well, if you read every packet that's available anywhere, they all carry corn flour. That helps stick everything and hold in the moisture when you're cooking. I mean, that smells absolutely amazing. Okay, that's our fajita seasoning mix, and all we're going to do now is chop up some chicken, slice it, slice and dice an onion, and do the same with some red and yellow pepper, and then we're ready to go. And we're going to make chicken fajitas in the air fryer. So all we're going to do with our onion, guys, is just top and tail it, and then we're just going to slice it down. We just want some slices. Slice that down there. And what we're going to do, we're going to add that to our bowl. So get that in our bowl. Then all we're going to do, guys, is take our peppers, slice them through. You know, I want some slices in there so it all goes in. When we roll it all up, it'll all fit together inside the fajitas. Now you can use whatever peppers you want. I'm using red and yellow. Now if you like green peppers, stick the green pepper in. I'm not so keen for this type of dish. Now we don't want to slice these too thickly either, you know, you need them quite thin. We want these to cook quite quickly. You know, we want the veg to cook in about 10 minutes in the air fryer. And with our chicken, again with our chicken, guys, what we need to do, we need to slice it thinly. Now this chicken breast's quite thick, so I'm slicing it through, butterflying it open, just to make it a bit thinner to slice up. Very straightforward. Slice it up, nice thinnish slices. Now we don't want to go too thin, because when we cook it for 10 minutes with the spices on, it's going to dry out, and we don't want dry chicken. So slice it up, put it in a bowl, and then what we're going to do, we're going to add half of our seasoning mix that we've mixed up. So get that in there. Rub it all over the chicken, and then we're going to let the chicken stand for about 30 minutes. Now in 30 minutes, all this spice mixture, this seasoning with the corn flour and everything, is going to stick to this chicken, and it's going to start to make the chicken lose fluid with the salts. So after 30 minutes, what we need to be doing is spraying out our air fryer tray. Now this is only olive oil and water. Spray it out, chuck all the chicken in, and then all we got to do is level it out a little bit inside, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect, just level it out a bit. And then we're going to shove it on. We're going to cook it for about 10 minutes. Turn the heat up to about 190 degrees and give it a cooking for about 10 minutes. Now it will cook in that time. Now we're not trying to brown it all over and dry it out. We want moist chicken. Whilst that's in there, chuck in the other half of our seasoning mix on our veg. Stir it all in over the onions and peppers. And then that'll be good to go as soon as that chicken's cooked for 10 minutes. Oh, just look at that. Fantastic. Stir it all over, break it up a little bit. We don't want chunks of chicken in there. Trying to loosen it up a little bit. Chuck in the veg. Now just chuck the veg over the top. And then shove it back in the air fryer for 10 minutes. Now I'm squirting on just a little bit of that olive oil and water. Not much, but just put a little bit of moisture on the top of there. On for 10 minutes. And then we'll see what it looks like. Oh, just look at that. Starting to crisp up on the edges, a little bit of charring. So whack it back in. And we'll wait for our 10 minutes to be up. Now that looks absolutely fantastic. Nice and moist, little bit of tinging going on there, which is superb. That's just what we want. You know, we're not trying to burn anything and we're not trying to dry it out. I'm just going to give it a squirt more with a little bit of olive oil. Shove it back in and give it about another 4 minutes. You know, it's not quite got that crispy tinge on the outside for me. Now that has, just look at that. Absolutely superb. Right, I'm going to make this into cheesy fajitas, so we're going to chuck the cheese straight on here. Now I've got cheddar, this is parmesan, put the parmesan on there, and then we're going to chuck some of these American type burger cheese squares on here. Now this does not melt very well, this type actually, but that doesn't matter because we're going to stir it in and we'll get that really nice melted cheesy flavour all through our chicken fajitas. So whack it back in, and we're only going to put it on for about 5 minutes. We just want to melt it down a little bit. Oh, just look at that. So what we need to do is take it out, and then all we're going to do is just stir it all through so the cheese goes all the way through our fajitas. Oh, fantastic. Right, just stick a bit of cling film over the top of there while we warm up our tortillas. Now, I'm using shop-bought tortillas. There's no point making them for this. This is a quick meal in the air fryer. Now, for tortillas, guys, what you've got to do, when you whack them in the basket, you have to put a metal trivet on the top. Now, chuck the trivet on, and the reason for that is because the air is whizzing round inside this air fryer, it will lift up the tortilla, and the tortilla could stick to the heating element underneath. So if you chuck a trivet on, it holds it down. So do that with all your tortillas, as many as you're using. Chuck them in, warm them up. Now you only want about a minute. You don't want any more than that. We're not trying to toast them up. We're trying to freshen them up, make them soft and pliable. That's it, guys. Tortillas, fajitas, mix made. All we got to do is put our cheesy fajitas together. So just stick some on the tortilla, and then we'll fold in the sides, roll over the top. We've got a nice rolled up fajita. I think what I'll do though is I'm going to dob in some sour cream inside. I'm not bothered about the sour cream on the outside for this. I'm going to put it inside. So dob it in, and then we'll roll it up. Oh, just look at that. Superb. Now you can go one step further. You can roll all these up, stick them back in the air fryer, cover them in cheese, and melt the cheese over the top. I'm just going to eat these like this. Oh, look at that. Cheesy fajitas made. Absolutely fantastic. There we are, guys. Absolutely fantastic. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, like and subscribe. Catch you in the next video.